Well, guys, how's it going? So, yeah, day 2 of being sick now. It's a little better today. It was pretty... I mean, it wasn't horrible, I guess, yesterday. It just, I don't know. It just... I think it's going away, but it's not going away fast enough, I guess. So, but yeah, so I finally just had to take the pulley, the belt pulley housing back off the A again. It just kept, I don't know, it just kept leaking. So I don't know what's going on. If it's not, I don't know if it's getting hard enough, quick enough, and then the oil leaks through it and then it pushes it out of the way or whatever. I don't know, because every time I look at it, you can tell that it's made little pinholes in it, like 1 or 2 here and there, and that's where it would leak from. And I don't know, I just don't think that JB Weld is getting hard quick enough before it blows out. So another experiment again, to where I have it in the shop. I actually had used engine oil in it just to kind of, so I could maybe kind of pinpoint where it was leaking a little better, but I think I kind of figured it out. But since I was using like engine oil, I think that stuff's a little thinner, so technically that stuff can bypass the oil seals, because that's what it was doing on me when I checked it this morning. It was coming through the oil seals, so I think it was probably a little too much for it, I guess, or whatever. So, but it was still kind of coming out of where it was leaking. So, but now I have it, still in the shop. Obviously, I got it kind of drying out a little bit. I'm hoping tonight, here in the next maybe half hour or something, I can go in the shop and put fresh JB Weld on it again, and then maybe they can actually harden for once and maybe not blow out. I don't know. I don't know what else to do. So kind of is what it is, I guess. I did some mowing today. Finally mowed open between these 2 trees. I guess you can't see them anyway, but yeah. So she was a little, well, she's got sticks in there, that's for damn sure, but that'll rot down with time. So but yeah. So what else is going on? Well, more bullshit, more, I guess you could say, more things dying. So didn't get a whole heck of a lot of sleep last night either. Actually, me and Mother, we're both running on probably just a couple hours of sleep, because we had another cat go down again, and he's been kind of messed up for a while. I don't know what happened back in spring. He kind of got messed up somehow, and he was never right. I don't know if he fell, or I don't know, something happened, but we don't know, and we obviously can't go to the vet. And well, I mean, we kind of, well, actually, yeah, I did make a video talking about it when I was ranting and raving about how the vets are around here. Well, that was when he got I don't know if you want to call it injured or sick or something. I don't really know what it was, but then he kind of bounced back a little bit. But the problem was that his head was always crooked. Like he would never just have his head straight, you know. It was always like this all the time. So I tried to explain it to the vet, and they said it sounds like he could have some type of nerve damage in his brain where it's not allowing, you know, it's not doing something. But we you know, they said just to, well, we were going, well, no, because I think that was for the other cat, but I think they said to just maybe put him on some kitten chow. Like, you would think that's for kittens, but see, in kitten chow, it has stuff in it that's good for cats, even adults. So the nurse or the vet said just to give that to him for a while, and maybe that would spring him back, which it did. He was gaining energy back, but he wasn't really ever fixing the crooked head thing. So, but then he was, you know, we kept him in the house for, you know, for quite a long time. But then he was showing signs of improvement, you know, like he wasn't losing his balance. That was another thing. He was always losing his balance and tipping over. He seemed to have gained a lot of that back, so he seemed like he was all right. You know, so we started letting him back outside maybe about not quite a month ago. We started letting him go back outside, you know, let him enjoy being outdoors. Well, I don't know, I guess something in the last couple of weeks there, he has nosedived in health. Again, don't know what it was. Now, another thing too you got to keep in mind is my cats are older now. They are old cats, so they are going to start dying off, you know. So but yeah, I don't even know how to even, there's so many different stories to this, but the other day I was going to go to the farm, and while I had the Blazer in the garage, I was going to, you know, go to the farm with it. So he was at the end of the driveway, which I didn't think nothing of it because there was some rainwater down there, and cats like to drink rainwater. So I figured, okay, well, he's down there drinking rainwater. It's no big deal. Now, my cats know, well, they know enough to not be in my way, you know, like they know to move when I'm, you know, when I'm heading for them, you know, they know to get out of the way, or at least most of them do anyway. But I have, you know, obviously this backup camera in the Blazer, which helps out when, you know, when you got cats like that. And of course, eventually you're not going to be able to see him on the camera because that's just how close he is, right? But usually when you're, you know, even a couple of feet from them, they tend to wander off, you know. He wasn't doing it. So I had to pull back up ahead a little bit because I knew I was probably, you know, my bumper was probably right on top of him at this point. So pulled back ahead, got out, looked at him, and you can tell that he was done. So he again, you know, this could have been just old age, but he well, there's nothing we can really do, obviously, because we don't have, you know, the type of skills that a vet would have. You know, we can't call a vet. I mean, you can, but the thing is that they charge you like for after hours. So like if we had to call a vet at like 2 or 3 in the morning and run a cat down there, let's just say, you might as well use him as an example. if we decided that we were going to take him down there at 2 or 3 in the morning and have him just put to sleep because he's in so much pain and misery, they would, on top of everything else, they would want another $200-300 as a after-hour fee, which I am highly against. I think it's bullshit because you don't need it. These vets act like they don't make any fucking money, which is horseshit, because I know they make a ton of fucking money. Because every one of these vets, they work with cattle too. There are some vets, that will just do cats and dogs and, small animals. But most of them here will also do cattle. And there's big money to be made in that business if you're a veterinarian and you work on cattle. There's big money there. So, but I don't know. It's just bullshit. It's what it is. Again, obviously I don't have the medicine or anything like that to do it the way that it should be done. That's why, you're supposed to be able to call your local vet, and they're supposed to be able to handle it. So, but yeah, we kept him in the house. Well, I don't know. He pretty much went down as soon as I brought him in. He was pretty much like, "Screw this, I'm done." So, well, we couldn't keep him on the floor. Because we do have a flea problem, and of course I'm doing what I can to control it, but the fleas don't really die off until winter time. So, but yeah, you can get your cat's flea medicine and stuff like that. That only does so much too. It only does so much. So we put him, but we didn't want him just to roam around, because I think at this point he was just beyond weak, that he wasn't going to move. But we basically, I got some cages downstairs that my cats will stay in the wintertime. At night, during the day they can stay up in the house, but at night they go downstairs in their little cages. So I brought one of those up, and I put him in it, and he would do all right. Well, I mean, he was mostly just sleeping, I guess you could say. He wasn't moving, obviously. But every now and then he would start to cry, which is probably telling me that he's in pain, which, again, I can't do nothing about it. So basically he would do that at least once an hour or something like that. Anyway, he would holler a little bit, so Mother would always get up and pet him, because it was weird too. Like I've never seen this, and I'm at least 95% sure that he was actively dying, but yet whenever Mother would go and pet him, because he was hollering, mind you, he wasn't moving or opening his eyes or anything, he was just crying because of the pain. Whenever she would pet him, well, then he would start to purr. And that's actually kind of a first for me, because what I hear is that when cats are dying, they want to be on their own. They want to be as far away from people as humanly possible. They want to go into a dark room, under the bed, or wherever, you can allow them to be, and that's where they want to die. But for him, he actually liked it. I don't know, he was purring. I mean, he wasn't purring like super crazy loud. It was a faint purr, but it's still a purr nonetheless. So, and he did that pretty much right up to the bitter end. Every now and then when we'd go and pet him, he would purr. But then I guess sometime it had to have been between 4 and 6 o'clock in the morning. That's when we well, we both finally zonked out because our bodies couldn't do it anymore because we were just totally damn exhausted at this point. He must have cried or something, because I don't know. I didn't hear it, but once I'm out, I'm pretty much out. You know, I mean, an F5 tornado could come by and I won't hear it. So, but it must have been the same way with Mother too, because she didn't hear nothing. And then she said that when she got up at 6 to check up on him, he actually had moved. So instead of facing like his head towards the door on the cage, he had flipped around 180 degrees or whatever, and his ass was facing the door. And we had him laying on a blanket and whatever, and trying to keep him warm. He pushed all that off and didn't want it. So, but I don't know. That was kind of I mean, what do you do? You know. So that will be cat number 2 now for this year. The croak. Because I lost a cat, I think, 2 or 3 months ago? So, it wasn't all that long ago. And can't say I've ever buried 2 cats in 1 year. This is a record, and it's all been in the past few months, you know. But you got to keep in mind too that, you know, these cats are getting older and they're not going to be around too much longer. But I don't know. I've just never experienced a cat that I'm pretty sure was actively dying, because the cries were not of joy, obviously, and he wasn't moving. He was still breathing, but the breathing was, I don't know, I don't think it was fast, but it was, I don't know, maybe normal, but yet they weren't like deep. You know, it was only a little bit at a time that he was, but it was still, I guess, you know, that's what he did for, I think every hour that went by, you could tell that it was getting to be a little bit less and less. It was less and less, but I don't know, he put up a good fight. I mean, I guess it's not the first cat. Apparently, Mother says that we had another cat. I don't remember this, but we had another cat quite a few years ago. He was dying, and I think it took him 3 days. From what Mother says, it took him 3 days to finally die. Which I don't remember, but I mean, I don't know. So, but it's hard to call the vet, you know, and say, hey, just, you know, let's just, you know, do this and do that. And then the first thing that comes out of their mind or their mouth is like, well, before we even do this, we got to know money. Like, come on. That should be the furthest thing from your fucking mind. That's why I hate, you know, just people that think that way. If that's all you care about is money, then you're in the wrong business, you know. Like, if that's all you're concerned about is how you're going to get paid before you even do the job that we're going to pay you to do, then you don't deserve my money then. You know. That's another reason why I don't really buy like flea medicine. Like, you can buy that from the vet, and they usually sell the good stuff, but you can buy the next best stuff at Ace, and it's not as good as the stuff at the vet, but it's good enough. Like, it actually is good, and it's cheaper. I actually got some stuff that you can buy from the Dollar General. It's a cheap brand. I don't know how good they are. You know, I've never tried them before because we've always just bought the good stuff. So, but I don't know if it's even doing any good or not. You know. So, but yeah, I don't know. We got a deer out here in the field, 2 of them. But yeah, I mean, that's, like I said, I don't know what happened in that amount of time that, you know, like, I don't know what caused him to die. It could have been just old age, or I know that he has a nasty habit of licking things that he should not be licking. Okay, he does. Like, like, was it? Well, this happened quite a few years ago. I was putting one of my batteries down in the basement, right? Because that's where I store all my batteries. Okay, well, I tripped and I dropped one of my batteries on the concrete floor, and some water came out. All right, well, we soaked it up. It stained the concrete, and we just kind of left it at that. The last couple of years, if even that, he's been wanting to lick it. Now, I don't know if that would still technically be active, that acid, you know, that's in the concrete, but he doesn't need to be licking it nonetheless. You know. And then I got that fucking rusty barrel in the back of the house. That's pure rust. He licks that too. I've never seen such a dumb cat in my life. But, well, that's kind of bullshit too, because I mean, if you have a white cat, like, I have a cat that's white, she's dumb too, but not that dumb. That's why I kind of was like, you know what, I think I'm never going to own a white cat again, because they've all seemed to have been retarded. I've had like 2 or 3 of these white cats in my lifetime, and they've all done ridiculous things. You know, like, it's mind-blowing, the things that they do. Compared to a normal cat, they, you know, I don't know. But I don't know what in his mind thinks that that's okay to go lick battery acid that's may or may not be active anymore. And that, like I said, that happened years ago, so do you think it would be not active anymore, so it really shouldn't do anything? But I don't know. And then to sit there and lick the frickin' that 55-gallon oil drum I got sitting in the backyard. That's pure rust, by the way, because the paint has all flaked off and it just started rusting, right? So, really? Like, I don't know. I've never seen cats. I mean, well, again, besides the white cats, none of my other cats are retarded. You know? So, but, yeah, I don't know. But we'll get back to this cat anyway. He's not suffering anymore. So, like I said, he died. Must have been at sometime between 4 and 6. He must have finally just died. But he was really putting up a good fight there, because I don't know. It's like he didn't want to die, but yet he didn't really have much of a choice. I was honestly kind of just hoping that he would die. Like, just let go, slip away, and, you know, then you won't be in pain. Because obviously he's in pain if he's got to scream his head off every hour. So, like, I don't know. At the end of the day, I think it would have been just better for me to, like, I mean, it probably sounds mean, but, I mean, you got to think about it from the cat's point of view. If the damn thing's in misery, you really should put it out of misery. And since the vets here don't want to play nice, you know, I really should just go get a Winchester and just take care of the problem myself, you know. It's going to be hard, but, I mean, what do you want? Do you want the cat to sit there and suffer? You know, I mean, we knew that he was going to die anyway. It's like, instead of letting him suffer until 4 or 5 in the morning, I should have just taken him to the farm, you know, out in the field here somewhere with my Winchester, and just put one right into his skull and just been done with it. Because then at least then I could have buried him that night, and just would have been done with it. So, because watching these cats suffer is not a lot of fun, and since I can't call my local vet, to just have a simple job done, that's the first thing that comes out of their mouth is money. Well, for the amount of money that costs me to do for you to do your job, I could turn around and go spend that money on a Winchester, or even a small handgun. It doesn't even matter at this point. Anything would put a cat down, and just put him down myself. Doesn't stay. I know it doesn't sound nice. Trust me, I know it doesn't sound nice at all. But you know what? At least then his suffering would be done. Then he can just move on to wherever he's going to move to next, and be done with it. So, but I don't know. Well, we got an oversized load coming. Oh no, he's just pulling a drill. That's interesting. Got a semi here. He's got flashy lights, and he's pulling a. Oh no, that's a ripper. That's a hell of a ripper. That's a hell of a ripper when you got to pull it with a fucking 18-wheeler. So, but yeah, I don't know. Just is what it is. And then on top of all that, I was sick. So, yeah, I don't feel the greatest. Like, I'm feeling better since earlier, but it's mostly in my throat. Like, my throat doesn't hurt as much. Of course, I got a runny nose, and there's a little bit of pain there in my throat, and whatever else. I think it's a cold, but my mother still has it pretty good, but her nose is running way more than mine. And I think since it's probably going away for me already, I didn't get the full effect of it. I think she got it worse than I did. But I don't know, it seems like, with time it'll get better, but I can even tell since last night I'm feeling a little bit better. So still ain't 100% great, but I'm pretty much forced to get out and do shit. So, I had to bury a cat, and then I mowed, obviously. I didn't mow everything, but I mowed quite a bit. Some of the stuff I may not mow anymore. And then, then I'm still working on the fucking tractor, the little A. So, I'm just getting so freaking irritated with that, too. It's like, I shouldn't even be doing this. So yeah, I had to drain all my oil back out. It's a little dirty. Tractor's just gonna have to fucking deal with it. And then, yeah. Just kind of is, I guess, what it is, but I don't know. It's getting to be ridiculous, but I don't know if we'll lose any more cats or not this year. I mean, all my cats are getting older, so but I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see, I guess, but it would be kind of nice. But at least if they're dying now in the summertime, I can actually I can actually bury them. In the wintertime, that's pretty much impossible to do. I don't know what you could do, I guess, with them in the wintertime. I mean, I guess they probably wouldn't rot at all because it's going to be awful cold out, but I don't know. Can't say I've ever had a cat die on me in the wintertime, but, or at least I don't remember anyway. So, but I don't know. It is what it is, I guess, at this point. So, I guess, guys, I'm going to take off, go back and work on the A, and see if I can put some fucking JB Weld on those holes, and maybe they'll actually cure instead of blowing out. I don't know. And they'll have to sit in the shop for probably another day. I don't know, a couple days or something. I don't know. So I don't know, but so yeah, that's what's going on here. Lots of bullshit, but that's typical. So, but yeah, I guess, guys, I'm going to take off. So I guess have a good day and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.